I'm sure there's something a little fucked up about the patriarchy about why like the male doesn't change. He's like Mr. Before, Mr. After, and then it's like the whole selling you off for a cow type of thing, and then you become a Mrs.
Well, we talked.
And then
your family's not getting a full cow for you. Okay, we've talked about this.
One goat.
It's goat privileges,
goat usage,
but no priority weekends. Yep, let's go home.
Jeremy has something to say.
No.
Go ahead.
Do you think...
I cannot wait to hear what's about to follow this.
Do you think a lifelong thong wearer could be identified?
Is there wear and tear?
By a coroner.
Right. Is there long-term damage to the butthole
the
and
average
above?
thong wearer.
I don't know.
Let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
If you were to have never worn a thong,
yeah,
and then tomorrow wear a thong for the first time,
right,
would at the end of the day you be sore?
It's been a long time since the very first day I wore a thong.
Okay.
And I can't remember because there definitely is a day where you're like, oh, there's something on my butthole for the entire day. Right? Because like if you're wearing like cheeky or like a boy short underwear situation, it's tenting over the cheeks, right? But then on the day that you commit to a thong, it's tenting over the cheeks. Stretching across the cheeks. But there definitely is a day when you're like, I'm going to have a piece of fabric making full contact with the butthole for the entire day, or potentially the rest of your life. And so I do think that maybe a coroner would be able to tell.
Right, like, have court cases been decided by...
Right.
No. This person obviously was not a thong wearer.
Right.
I know...
what a thong wearer butthole looks like.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, and I'm so glad that we were able to start this podcast off on such a riveting topic.
Once again, a health podcast.
An education podcast.
I like how I was about to ask that question. You go, stop.
I was like, whatever you're about to say, just hold it for 10 minutes.
Hey, you just hold yourself. Okay, that's all I got.
Great. So anyways, welcome back to the pod. I'm still a little sick, a little flummy. I know.
This is the best that it sounded in a while.
A week. Since the last time we recorded, essentially.
Yeah.
Since the last time we recorded, I went downhill real quick, again, with the Bachelorette, the post-Bachelorette plague.
Oh, boy.
the plague.
I heard that back on recording, and it was nails on a chalkboard as much the second time.
Right, just as abrasive.
Yeah.
Just as abrasive.
Has anyone reached out with...
I don't think the plague episode has gone up yet, has it? Oh, no, it has.
It's up.
Oh, honestly? Didn't see much feedback on it.
That might be good, that might be bad.
I stand by it. So on the topic of other random unhinged conversations, last night as we were falling asleep, Jeremy tried to gaslight me into convincing me that when you really have to pee as a male, your balls can also be a storage place for pee. Gaslighting me so hard. And I was like, no, Jeremy, that's not how it works. Like, your balls don't fill with pee. And Jeremy was like, no, I have balls. That is how it works. Your balls fill with pee when you really have to go.
Yeah, I don't know what was in...
This is like a 1:30 a.m. conversation when we
I don't know why I was like...
Crackhead territory.
Let's see if we can convince her of something that we would be wildly embarrassed of if she were to bring up again in the future.
And normally I'm extremely gullible. But for some reason, I do know where the urethra is in... See, I was choosing between C, D, or we. C, D, or W.
Mm-hmm. And?
I'm gonna go with wiener.
Ding along, got it.
I don't know about that. Sounds too close to sing along.
Boy.
I know, and I don't love that.
Okay.
Don't love that.
You know, you were pretty good. I think I was getting you toward the end.
No, I was like, there's no way.
1%.
I was like, that you're gonna die on this hill.
1%.
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. I guess I have to work on my gaslighting.
What is in the meat of a ball?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh my God.
Couldn't tell you. I know it's a delicacy in some countries.
Because like, is it just like sponge tissue?
Again, not sure.
What?
In fact, oddly enough,
what is the meat of a ball?
I've grown one before. In fact, I've grown two.
Yeah.
There was no prerequisite to that.
Right.
I just did it.
Right, and you never see inside.
I assume because it's the testicles are, I think, have a role in making sperm. I assume that it's
those little spermy guys in there.
They're just a little sperm factories. You know, like a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Like a little printer head. That, but for sperm.
That seems like a lot going on in there.
We're complicated.
Gotta be honest. Show, what does the internet say? What does WebMD say?
Yeah, there's a lot of tissue, and there's also these 2 tubes that make sperm, and it takes.
Fallopians?
Nope, that would not be in a man.
I don't have fallopian tubes.
You do not.
You
have
don't have
fallopian
fallopian
Could I
tubes.
get them?
They
No.
are called seminefarious tubule.
Whoa,
tubules.
sounds evil.
Those would be in the nutsack.
Nefarious?
Yeah. Nefarious nuts.
Oh my God. There's a surprising number of tubes in each testy. Who would like to guess how many tubes?
63.
Lauren?
8
700.
tubes?
I be tubing.
Going to where? What?
Now you've got me.
Where are the tubes going? Like, hang on. What?
You know, we're complicated.
Where are they going?
No one takes any time to appreciate just how
I think that they go all the way through because it says that
Through-
To
Through.
the exit?
but they connect to something else that then goes to the exit.
And so it's for this is the sperm freeway.
The
Well,
sperm,
wait.
yeah.
Sperm
But
freeway.
this is probably what
700 lanes.
This
what
is the on ramp.
This is what gets snipped, I think, when
You get
yeah.
castrated.
Yes. when men go to get castrated. I do think that probably does go with it, you know, when you get castrated.
Wow. Yeah, that probably also goes.
Yeah.
That probably
I think
also
it's less of a fine art and more of a
You have a sperm freeway with 700 lanes. That's crazy.
I have 760 I'm a multi-lane beast down there.
Oh, beast.
Freeway. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Again, an educational health podcast.
We probably just got a
We should
dozen
be
things wrong.
recategorized.
No, we shouldn't, because that's a great way to land in
Spread misinformation about the sperm freeway.
the spermery.
Yeah, the spermery. The spermery. Got it. So not just sponge tissue. Sperm freeway.
I'm gonna keep
Spermery.
nodding until you move on.
Okay, I'm ready to move on. Anyways, I just wanted to share that if you ever wondered what our nighttime conversations, what our pillow talk looks like, it's Jeremy gaslighting me into thinking that his balls hold pee
Yeah, it's like foreplay, but not for sex, for sleep.
for sleep.
Yeah.
And like I already have fucked dreams.
To
My
be fair,
dreams are
I was gonna
so
say,
whack.
I'm setting you up for success here.
I know. My dreams, like being on an SNRI and an SSRI at some point, like definitely made my dreams more vivid and more weird. But even before then, I've always had crazy vivid dreams that I remember so clearly the next day.
I used to have more. Well, I remember less dreams than I used to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, did I even sleep? I'm exhausted.
Well, the first 30 minutes when you go to sleep, you're pretty vocal.
I'm falling off things. I'm
Yeah.
slipping down things. I'm tripping on
Someone
things.
sets you a little bit close to the
Yeah.
edge. It's like Diggy in a chair. You have to watch you,
No, but like Diggy, I feel like slides off things slowly
and naturally.
and naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like, I feel like mine are all very like abrupt jerks.
Yeah. Well, we both have had that moment of, was that a fucking earthquake or was that my partner?
Yeah.
Which I think everyone can kind of relate to. And I've now started when I'm like anxious or stressed, putting those like sleepy headphones, AirPods things in. They're like that are meant to like sleep on. They don't fall into your ear.
Yeah.
And so when you can't hear
Hang
the
on. Hang on. Into your ear?
yeah, they go in. Well, like the canal.
Fall in?
I mean, yeah, if you like. Just,
You're unlocking a new fear over here that something could fall into your ear.
no. You don't need to worry about it. I have the ears the size of Dumbo, so things can fall into my canals. You're fine.
I think that you have post-childhood trauma because your ears are incredibly like suitable to your head size. But I think because maybe if your ears grew first, I feel like you've got like unhealed trauma from that era maybe?
This is not a true fact because your ears continue growing for forever. But my ears were this size at age 3, I think.
Came out the womb.
Maybe
Right.
4.
Right.
Like they finished around elementary school, and then I caught up.
You kind of fall into the same category as the dogs though where I'm like, why don't you listen better?
What does that have to do with?
Ear size.
Anything?
Ear size. You know, I just feel like they're like large and functional. And so I'm like, okay, why don't you ever know
It's not that I don't
what
hear
the
you.
plan is? That's what I'm saying. It's a listening problem, not a hearing problem.
You opening that with you fall into the same category as the dogs is wild. And no, Jeremy didn't even react. He just breezed past.
He didn't even flinch. Didn't even flinch.
That didn't even like register.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome back to the pod.
Stop, drop, roll, with the pot.
Stop, drop, roll, rate the pod, and
That's all.
pass me a Kleenex is essentially where I'm at right now.
I don't have one.
It's okay though. I would do The Bachelorette so many times over and get this sick. And also, this is a kind of, I feel like my body, this is strategic sick. Because we're getting married next month.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, antibodies going to be good to go. I don't have the vid, but I definitely have something that I will have antibodies for I'm sure, a little bit of time.
The vid?
Yeah. It's not the vid. I did test, but it's not the vid.
You were due for a cold.
It's been a long time.
You were due.
It's been a long time. And it was worth it, and I would do it 10 times over.
I wish you could almost like log your cold. It's like you could like know what the name of it was. Like, okay, got it. I've had that before. And so people can ask you, oh, what do you have? Like, oh, look at my chart here. Like I'm immune to these things.
Oh, yeah,
I have
exactly.
these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Mia has been using the same jug of Vaseline since 2020. Like literally 4 to 5 years.
You guys have gone down the path of so many conversations. You're now talking about the age of her Vaseline?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's gone through all of her apartments that she's lived in. Like this jug of Vaseline has gone with her.
I guess I understand the concept. The thought that you guys have had a conversation about it and you're now able to recall it.
You would not believe the things that we have talked about. Anyways, so like I've watched the evolution of this thing get used up over the years, but we were literally joking that Vaseline probably holds like 25 different strands of COVID, flus, colds, all the things that she's had. Not that she's been like that sick over the years, but it probably contains so many variations of germs and DNA over the last 5 years.
I don't know if I'm tracking, but I'm thrilled that you guys are that close.
And she prevails.
Yeah, no, she's great.
She prevails. She really is. So Jeremy's officially coming to the wedding. Oh my God! I got the text today saying that my wedding band is going into the mail tomorrow.
Yours.
Mine. Yours is on the way too.
It'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be here tomorrow. We're getting married.
Okay, this sounds stupid. Like, and it is dumb.
Okay.
But it did not hit me it did not register until yesterday that you're going to be a Mrs. next month.
That makes me feel about 27 years older than I am.
But that's a big shift. I know it's not, but like we don't have that change. There's no equivalent. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Old kind of.
Is that your like main thought?
I would say that first I'm kind of like, I'm sure there's something a little fucked up about the patriarchy about why like the male doesn't change. He's like Mr. before, Mr. after. And then, it's like the whole, selling you off for a cow type of thing. And then you become a Mrs.
Well, we talked,
and then
your family's not getting a full cow for you. Okay. We've talked about this.
One goat.
It's goat privileges.
Goat usage.
But no priority weekends. Keep going.
But no, I guess like, I don't really feel, it definitely feels like very traditional and dated almost.
Okay. So you're not excited?
I'm excited to be married, but I guess I really haven't given much thought to being like what it's like to be called. Because I also just feel like no one really calls you, unless you're checking into like a fancy hotel.
Right.
I feel like
but even then it'd be Ms.
No, but I feel like people just call us Mr. and Mrs. Lewis anyway at hotels.
Right.
Or they'll say Mr. and Mrs. Riamaki.
Either one, yeah.
Whoever booked the hotel, whoever names on the reservation. So I feel like I guess I don't really like see where it'll play out in real life.
No,
like you don't really hear it.
No, it's not. I guess my point is not that I think it's actually a big deal or a big shift. It's just that's not like I've been using the same name for 32 years.
Mm-hmm.
Plan on using the same one moving forward.
Yeah.
And not only do you get a new last name, and like I guess I understand that. I feel like I understand the more like okay, you're getting a different last name or like combining your last names.
Right.
But like the Mrs.
The title.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't really ever encounter getting called Miss or Ms.
Got
so
it.
I'm like where I don't really feel like
you don't miss. You don't hear Miss ever.
Really? Who would call me Miss? Like outside of them, like at a hotel, I feel like they just call us.
Do people only get your attention at hotels?
Well, I feel like that's the only time when people really have to like are instructed to address you under a certain.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I just use sir for guys. Often.
I feel like. Do I not address? Am I like, hey, buddy? I'm like trying to think of like what I address people
buddy.
as. Hey, pal. Can I get this in a medium?
Hey, you.
Like
You're not a
guess,
person, are you?
No. Oh my God, that's so abrasive.
Agreed.
If someone said you, hey, you.
Hey,
That falls in the same category as like when a guy says, hey, ladies.
I mean, do you just excuse me?
Yeah, I think I would just be like, hey, excuse me, do you mind? Would it be possible? Could I possibly have? Could I possibly see?
Got it.
Would it be possible if I could?
So it's more of a question than a, like, introduce yourself, like, hello, sir, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also know that a lot of middle-aged women, if they get called Mrs., they hate that. I feel like I've heard that from so many middle-aged women where it makes them feel so old.
Right.
And so I would never address a woman as Mrs. in fear of offending them.
There's nothing. What's funny is the post-high school, college, post-college, like you go back home and the people you've addressed as Mrs. whatever last name because they were your friend's parents forever. Like, oh, please call me this. And it's so weird the first, I don't know, year or so. Now I don't think about it.
Of calling
someone
friends.
who you've referred to them as their last name for forever. Hi, Mrs. Whoever. And then eventually they go, could you just call me by my first name instead? Like as a guy, I always remember how weird it feels to like shift the way that you refer to somebody.
Right.
Does that not register for you?
I don't think that I had anyone who transitioned from like a teacher over to like a first name peer.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I've had to ever make that transition
Really?
before. Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
Okay.
Like even my piano teacher who taught me piano from ages 4 until 18, like she would still be Mrs. Hogan to me. You know what I mean? Like even if I went for lunch with her, even if I went for lunch with her now, she'd still be Mrs. Hogan.
Right. And if you got to lunch and she said, call me Amy.
Oh, there's no world.
That's the point. That was what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. There's no world.
Right.
So I guess I'm saying is that even if that transition has been proposed to me at some point, I probably said no.
Right, which is rude, but yeah.
I think it depends who it is.
Yeah. Wait, have we talked about your last name? Have we like discussed this?
I don't think we have.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Go ahead.
About what? Ask
Well, I feel like it's a big topic.
Pose me a question.
Well, changing last names or hyphenating last names or combining them or doing something completely different. Obviously, a ton of tradition goes into it. But you have a brand that's very first name centric, and your last name is complicated as hell. So how did that go into your, like, I guess, decision making as far as what you are going to do?
Oh my God, that just felt like an interview. That was so wild for you to just ask that question. Even just like the tone of it.
You just asked me to ask you.
I know. It was just so like formal.
Well, I was trying to think of like, well,
yeah.
because there's context there, but it's also personal.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of like factors that go into that, I feel. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that hyphenating was not even an option because RIHANNA is just so many letters.
You wouldn't fill out a single form.
No. Like I even think about like filling in the Scantrons when I had to circle in RIIH. You know what I mean? It just takes so long.
Welcome to the 5-letter club.
Oh my God. And sometimes they don't even give you enough spaces.
Even for RIHANNA?
To do it. I mean, typically with the colors.
You know what? Because it's probably your middle name too.
Well, if I have to do middle name, there's no way I have enough circles to color in. There's no way. So hyphenating wasn't an option. But yeah, I feel like I've built my brand off of LaurDIY and then Lauren Marie associated to it. But I think the first thing I have to process is not mentally, literally process is all of my legal immigration stuff because all of my visas and my past green card applications and I'm on an O1 visa is what it's called when you're coming from Canada. And all of my whole file and like case would be filed under Lauren RIHANNA and my middle name. And so it would be so risky for me to change my last name right now to jeopardize that whole process because if one of your forms is off, even if it's like a utility bill being like, oh, I've lived at this address associated with this name, my mortgage is under this name. And so if you mess up any one of those connections, it jeopardizes your whole, and like the immigration process and the filing system is slow and challenging. And so I just feel like if we're planning to be together forever, there's no rush on changing my last name right this minute, and we can cross that bridge once we get there.
Right,
and then I can be an alliteration.
Right, but like the whole point, you are changing your last name. And so like what went into that decision?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Like that's, I guess it's pretty traditional to do that, is that I eventually will. And like our kids would be Lewis. And
I mean, for me, I would change my name to RIHANNA before I have kids with 2 last names.
Hyphenated, yeah. My cousin has a hyphenated last name after his parents separated, and he regrets it so hard. Because again, the Scantron, literally.
Once you I feel like go out into the world with a name and go to change that name, it's a process.
Yeah.
Like I think about the amount of databases out there that have my name in it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so complicated to change everything. And so like, I estimate it'll take 2 to 3 years before I realistically can change my last name.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's very realistic. I know that there are services that you can pay for that help you expedite the process, not necessarily in filing everything, but they help you compile all of the forms you have to submit to even do the process.
This is a perfect task for AI.
This is a great task
This is a great task for AI.
This is a great task.
Right.
So like,
hey, go find all the
scour
places.
everything. Yeah, of where my name is legally listed as this, and find me the forms that I can change it. Because I think about like passport, health insurance, like all of your like house documents, your driver's license, like my Costco membership.
Like for this being something that a lot of people have to do, it does not seem like there's that's the lane you enter for this problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think these services are getting more popular where they help you compile everything, but it's still a shit ton. It's so much work.
I wonder if it's also more difficult than ever because it wasn't that many decades ago where like dudes had the credit, women did not.
Right.
And that was just the way it was.
But now I hold the Costco membership.
Right.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. As we step into March, the days of using the beginning of the year as an excuse to hibernate are slowly leaving us.
What?
The social calendar is starting to pick back up with events and birthdays and weddings.
Who's getting married?
Weddings, you name it. This is a huge problem for me because my idea of a good night is sitting on the couch reading with the dogs. My social battery can be so easily drained by more than 2 events a week, and therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery.
It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you? How do you recharge? Maybe you thrive around people, or maybe need some time alone. BetterHelp is a great way to help you find out what works for you.
When I am feeling overwhelmed, I always turn to therapy to help me bring me back to center. Sometimes saying no to an event is really the only RSVP I can manage. Therapy has helped me learn how to set boundaries in many areas of my life, but especially in knowing what's best for me when it comes to socializing. Don't get me wrong, I love hanging out with my friends and getting dressed up every now and then for an event, but I've learned through therapy that it's all about balance.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/WT9 today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WT9. Do you guys know that Jeremy's never been to a Costco before?
Why are you,
What?
Isn't
you
that
doing this?
crazy?
Why are you doing this?
Why?
Well, first off, my hometown never had a Costco. It does now.
That's shocking.
It does now.
That is so shocking.
When I grew up in Rockford, Illinois,
Yeah.
no Costco.
That is so shocking. St. Catharines had a Costco, and St. Catharines and Rockford are so similar.
We had a Walmart that had a like Sam's Choice, like
Sam's Club?
yes, but like they had a version of it that was very Costco,
Oh, I
similar
see.
to Costco.
Like
that,
bulk pricing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and like a lot of their own brand, but also other brands too. So we had one of those.
So you haven't experienced the joy of going around and collecting all of the little snacky samples?
Do you think, for one moment, I'm the type of person who would enjoy that?
Yes.
Do
Jeremy, it's like you go get a little bit, like some chips, and then you get a piece of garlic bread, and then you get a chicken nugget, and then you get some noodles, and
Okay.
then you get a little ice cream sandwich.
Where's the hot dog?
You have to pay for that at the end. They don't give that to you for free.
Okay, but like if I'm going to Costco, I'm getting a hot dog,
It's also $1.50.
Yeah, it's $1.50
and it will be $1.50
forever.
Yeah.
Over Mr. Costco's dead body.
Literal dead body. Yeah. Love Mr. Costco for that. I'm not saying that I would never go. I'm just saying that I think I'm a perfect candidate for change my mind then. Because I don't think I'll like it.
Why?
I don't know why I would need to like it or want to like it.
Free snacks.
But I'll just buy my snacks.
No, but it's like, it's not things that you might necessarily buy.
Oh, see, that's the difference. I don't mind never trying whatever it is that you think I should try for the rest of my life. In fact, you can tell me it's delicious and I'll probably like it. I agree with you. I don't have any intrinsic, like maybe I'm dead on the inside there, but I don't care.
Yeah, what's it like not having any dopamine coursing through your brain when you eat food?
Food's not like a trigger in my, like for me that like brings me happiness.
So as before, I would love to see like a live brain light and bright of like where our brains and how much they're lighting up as we eat food. Like both foods that we...
But I love food. I like...
No, you don't love food.
I enjoy food.
You enjoy food and you eat for sustenance.
Right.
I love food. I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck am I having for breakfast today? And then as soon as I'm done eating, I'm like, I'm so sad that I'm done eating. What am I eating for lunch? What's my next snack?
Like, it was never difficult for me going to places like a restaurant that I'd never tried before that had really good dishes that I would otherwise really be excited to eat.
Oh, that would send me into a decision paralysis spiral.
You know how some meals require more attention? Spaghetti. Certain
sure,
things that
sure.
if you're meeting them for the first time and you actually have to get through a topic,
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily,
Right, you might opt for a chicken breast instead of
unless you're one hell
like
of
tacos.
a sketty twirler. I don't know if I would choose that on the first interaction.
Sure.
I've had no problem picking a boring dish during, otherwise really exciting meals.
Oh my God, that would be devastating
No,
to
I know,
me. I'd
I
be
know.
so sad.
I know.
Like if I couldn't get what I wanted to eat at a place because I was like, it's not gonna be convenient, they would ruin my night.
If one of us had to lose their taste buds tomorrow forever, I would do it.
It would have to be you. Anyways, we'll have to go to Costco one day. I think.
And report back.
The only thing that I'm a little nervous about is that you're an impulse buyer sometimes.
Okay.
So like, I think that you would commit to like 9 large bulk size of like an odd cracker because you like were in the mood
I don't
for
do
it.
flavored things.
I guess, but like I think that you would buy obscure things and then we'd end up with the Costco bulk size version of it and be like, why did we let you do that?
Okay. Well, there's one way to find out.
I cannot wait.
Do we do a podcast at the Costco?
At Costco?
We just walk through with our mics.
That's very Try Guys, I feel like.
Yeah, they would do that.
They would so
That'd
do
be my
that.
nightmare. That would be my nightmare for sure.
Yeah. Also, Costco is chaos
Okay.
at all times of the day.
Well, with prices as good as theirs.
It is so truly impressive. Like, I know that I don't have a conventional 9-to-5 job, but it doesn't stop me from wondering when I'm in a Costco at like,
What the fuck everybody else is doing
yeah,
there?
what the fuck, what are y'all doing here?
I think
How is it so busy at all times?
I've known 1 or 2 moms who will take the afternoon off
Yeah.
every other month to go to Costco and like commit to the time that it takes.
I love that for them.
Yeah.
I love that
I can think of one in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. There's this guy on TikTok who went up to husbands who were obviously they're not by their own free will. And they were the plus one
Right.
of partners.
Well, it says on my card +1, right?
And yeah, exactly. And he would go up and ask them, he was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like being here? The husbands were fucking miserable.
What was the average score?
About -10.
Okay, so why then do you think I'm gonna enjoy this? Am I any better or worse than the average husband? Couple ways to answer this.
I'm just picturing this question pertaining to specifically the Costco scenario.
You didn't have to think that deep. Let's move on.
There are stores, Aerie is one of them, where they have boyfriend sections, which I think is genius. Like they've got like a little putting green for the boyfriends to go amuse themselves.
We're not all lovers of golf, okay? And I'm not playing golf around you ever again.
Oh, it's not my fault, you suck.
I know. It's my fault.
I think for like friendship though, I think you might have to start playing golf.
Cool.
I really think you do. I think you've come to that age.
Did you want to just insult me more? Or?
No, I just
You're
feel
gonna
like,
have to like get an activity, you know?
yeah, it's giving Cal. It's giving
Yep.
Cal. You have to find a hobby. No, I just feel like so many of our guy friends play golf.
Right.
And I feel like we should. I went to golf and sports camp as a child, so obviously I'm incredibly good at golf.
My mom felt about golf the same way she did about Boy Scouts. That was for kids with dads. So I never had much golf experience. We're working through it. It's fine.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
It's a conversation starter.
That's a conversation starter.
And ender.
You start that one at the wedding for sure. That's a good
You
one.
think?
For people you haven't seen in a while, or people you're just meeting.
I'll start my vows up with that.
Okay. Happy wedding to everyone but me and my absent father.
Speaking of weddings.
We did our walkthrough on Monday. It was so much fun.
The venue walkthrough.
The venue walkthrough. So we haven't been to the venue since the very first time we saw it,
Which feels so weird.
which was in May of last year.
That was May.
May. I went back through my photos.
Wow.
I know.
It felt familiar, yet like I guess it hasn't felt like it's been since May.
I also have looked at it so many times online that it feels like I'm there every day.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh yes,
It's
this crack in the tile.
I genuinely find it perfect.
It is so stunning.
Now, when we go through the wedding, maybe I'll hate everything about it, but like
I have planned a beautiful wedding.
out of context, it is because I've been to a lot of wedding venues. Like, I feel like I've been to quite a few.
Yeah?
I can't think of one that does what this one does for me.
Oh my God, it is so stunning. It was the very first one we saw too. So like going back the other day was so nice because I feel like we started that day being like a little unsure just because it was the very first one we saw. Because like what are the chances that you go to one venue and that's the one?
Literally, I feel like I prepped you in the sense of like, this is not gonna be easy. They're all, there's problems with all of them. This is gonna take a lot. I remember I literally said, it's gonna take weeks to find one we like. I mean, it's gonna take forever.
Can I tell you one problem with our venue?
No.
This is a very specific problem.
I just said no.
To me.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. You won't.
Why didn't you say so?
The bathrooms have, so they go, the door goes all the way down to the ground, which is totally fine.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
But at the top, it's open.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Like open to the air, kind of. Like, so it's got like a roof, right? But
no, you don't have to explain anymore. I understand.
the sound reverberation situation that goes just straight into the world, into the wild, was shocking.
Do you plan on taking hot shits at our wedding?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
You do get nervous poops.
I get nervous poops really frequently.
I thought for sure that you were going to say that the door that you closed was too close for you to move a trash can sideways underneath your feet for your squatty potty.
Yeah. No. I can always find space for a squatty potty.
Cool.
Always. And so I have obviously the bridal suite bathroom that is further away, but
so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So I can go drop shits in there.
Well, don't you have a room?
The way that our wedding planner described where I'm getting ready yesterday was, okay, so Lauren, you remember you're over there, it's upstairs, it opens up, and then Jeremy, you've got a place too.
Yeah, what is it?
I remember I just said, is it the broom closet?
Or what is it?
Literally,
I feel like we haven't seen it.
It was like busy or something was going on when we were there the very first time.
Yeah.
We didn't visit it last time or yesterday or 2 days ago. So I have no idea.
Huh.
Needless to say, it's close enough to where we live. I'll be just getting ready here.
Yeah. Like you're just going to hang out with your friends.
I'm going to tie my tie there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I cannot believe how close it is. It's so crazy. So I have to finalize the seating chart today. And it is...
Tomorrow.
And no, she asked for it today. She asked for it for a day early. I texted you that. You have a follow-up that you have to send.
I do, but you told me Thursday.
I did. And that's, and to...
Okay, well, 1 second.
So my brain...
Heath, RSVP. Zane, thank you.
I tell you that Heath is the last person.
Zane's the reason that we're not having a wedding during Coachella.
Zane is truly the reason that we're not having.
Because he checked 9 months ago to double check whether or not we were on Coachella weekend.
Yes.
We said no. He said, I think you are. He was right.
Yes.
We were wrong.
We were wrong. And so Zane, thank you so much. You can have an extra dessert.
No calories.
No.
No carbs. No nothing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Zane's physical transformation, oh my God, with his Zila video was crazy.
He's a Greek god.
Literally.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail it, but Heath, you need to RSVP now.
Heath, you are officially the last person to RSVP to the wedding.
And that is not a list that you want to be on the bottom of.
No, it's really not. It's really not. And yeah, so yeah, Heath is officially the last person. I have already seated them somewhere.
Mariah, RSVP for Heath.
I know. This is the problem though when it's a guy friend of the groom. You know what I mean? Like some of your friends, I have their numbers or I have their wives or girlfriends' numbers, and that's who I'm able to get the RSVP from.
You've slowly collected
a
direct relationship with all of the people who I'm too blasé to communicate with.
Yes.
It's not that I don't love Heath. I just don't communicate with people.
Guys just don't have that same level of I'm
either owning it, doing it, and I'm not even thinking about it because I'm on top of it, or I will see them when I see them, and I'm thrilled to see them when I do.
Right. On our wedding day.
Yeah. It's going to be great that everyone just happens to know where to go.
Isn't that so interesting how that managed to happen?
That is so nice.
Everyone's going to have a seat and it'll make sense, and they're with their friends and they're with people that
it should be
going to get along with.
At least I'm not a guy who's going to have notes.
That's true.
You know, like there's those guys out there that are so up their own ass and out of just their own context that like, well, why didn't we do this? That wasn't.
I'm sorry. You wanted to give that note today on the wedding day?
Great question. We decided that in August.
You're gonna love the wedding that I've planned. It's beautiful.
I can't wait.
It's so exciting. One of the big changes that we made on the walkthrough day last week was
Twinkle
that Twinkle Tent. Twinkle tent.
We're twinkle tenting.
Oh my God. So we basically, because it's fully outdoors, like obviously when it gets dark, you have to think about what kind of lighting goes up. And you don't want something that's like too bright because that like ruins the vibe. You don't want something that's too dark so you can't see each other. So it's like we have to find the balance. And so originally we had done market lights, which are like medium-sized bulbs that get strung kind of like
that's industry lingo.
Medium-sized bulbs in like a V zigzag shape across the circle space. And that's like pretty standard. Are you with me?
Oh, that was, yes.
Yeah, okay,
oddly
great.
enough, I'm actually, that made perfect sense in my mind. I don't know if it'll make sense to anybody else.
So the space is circle and the lights zigzag across the whole circle, obviously in the sky.
Well, there's a fountain
in the V shape. Yeah, and that's like the kind of like the centerpiece of like the space.
That's what I'm going to come out of.
The fountain?
For my big entrance, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Singing Part of Your World by Jody Benson. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And so...
Was it a secret? I don't know if I told you that yet. That might, okay. Just forget I said that.
So are we doing like a wedding like swimsuit Speedo situation when you come into the town?
Oh, I wouldn't dare.
A swimsuit mermaid town?
Well, it's the resort collection.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
But so instead of doing the zigzag of the market lights, which look nice, in the grand scheme of how much things cost in a wedding, for the upgrade to do basically a tent, I'll pop a photo on screen so you can see it. But essentially, it's a long cable that runs down, stay with me, the center of the circle, again, in the sky. And then little twinkle lights, instead of kind of like these medium bulbs, get strung 4 inches apart, kind of like in a tent shape.
You're overcomplicating it.
Okay,
everybody who's been alive for one holiday season,
Yeah.
you know at the end when you're going through the Christmas lights and they have one all the way encompassing around you with all those like bright twinkly lights that are just like really small, but it just makes like that like hall that was very much just like over on all the sides and above you. It's that.
It's that.
It's that.
It's that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. When I saw that, I go, oh, it's the finale.
It's not walls though.
It's not walls. It's only above you.
It's just above, and then it tents in the middle.
Because
similar to but like in the opposite of how the thong would tent over the butt cheeks.
Yep. Okay.
There's
so
the concave and the convex.
Which one are you doing?
Well, the tent goes up,
Right.
and the thong goes in.
Oof. See, I couldn't do the end thing. I don't think I could last an hour in a thong.
Oh, I don't think you could last 30 seconds in a thong.
I think I could do it 30 seconds. Like if it was for a good cause. Like if I was
Raising money for
raising
a
cancer.
charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could wear a thong for a couple hours,
Okay.
maybe. An hour.
That's crazy.
An
Yeah,
hour.
an hour.
Certainly couldn't do anything while wearing the thong.
I would love to watch your reactions of what it feels like, the sensation of a small, thin piece of fabric on your butthole for the entire day.
That's like top 5 worst ways to die for me.
Yes, of course, because that does end in death.
How else would it end?
The same way that my day ends at the end of every day, Jeremy.
Napping with the boys?
Yes, exactly. The pups, who are going to be the ring bearers, they also came to the venue walkthrough. Moose immediately took a shit at the venue, which was perfect. The way that I herded them outside in our yard, circling them, trying to get them to poop before we left. Not that there's anything wrong, because again, this is a totally outdoor venue, so like it's fine. But I just knew. I knew in my soul. And I just already know that when they're gonna walk down the aisle, Moose is gonna take a chomp out of a hopefully not poisonous flower. Diggy's gonna either flop on his back for belly rubs, or he's gonna lift his leg and pee on the floral lined aisle that goes down.
To be fair, confusing.
Confusing, so confusing.
And our dogs, kind of stupid.
So bright.
Diggy,
Sharpest tools in the shed.
been dull for years.
Been dull for years, I know. So anyways, I'm sure it'll make for an incredible moment, I'm sure, because I doubt that it will go as planned.
I think there's like a level of not realizing just how many people have to go into like the prep to just like construct a wedding and construct a wedding in a day. Like it's crazy how fast things have to move. And I think that's the big expense with our twinkly tent. It takes a long time to set that up in a way that
erect
looks
a twinkle
good.
tent.
That is, spiraling around.
Yeah.
It spirals, right?
No, nothing spirals.
Oh, it's just like short little zigzags.
No, there's no zigzags. They're
It's like
individual.
it's like a
Individual
blanket?
strands.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a blanket.
Oh, they're all individuals.
They're all individuals.
Oh.
Each strip is an individual strip that
You
goes
can't.
across.
Okay, hold on. You can't. Each strip is an individual strip.
Each strand is an individual
Oh, strip and strands.
strand.
Got it.
Fuck. God. Anyways, in the grand scheme of things, in terms of the budget, it was not that much to upgrade, and it makes such a big difference. That's a huge part.
I feel
the whole ceiling.
Yeah, I feel like you maybe glossing over how much. I think relatively, it's not cheap.
But I just think in the grand scheme of like how much so much any other things are, like if you think about how big like a stage is, which is thousands of dollars.
Lighting is being able to see things. So yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and for it to be aesthetically pleasing is just like, I'm so excited.
Oh, I mean, I think it'll be for just pictures and like not having any areas that are less conducive for conversation than others.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Oh, I'm so excited. It's getting so close. It's crazy.
As I shared with you last night, I don't think it hit me until last night, just how close everything is, but it did hit me last night.
That's so nice. Me who's been spiraling for months.
I wish there was like a little cheat code to give you when you want me to like realize or, give real.
I literally asked Jeremy, I was like, how can I light a flame under your ass a little earlier for things?
See, without the little earlier, I got ideas, but earlier, not the way I think.
I know. It's brutal.
I know.
It's brutal.
I have to live with this.
Oh no. Oh no. But also to segue into other wedding things. This is a wedding that is going to blow ours out of the water. There is, Rihanna performed for a cool $6 million at their pre-party.
Oh, she made the pre-party?
She made the pre-party list. Not even the wedding performance.
She couldn't even get like main billing. She
was the pre-party.
Like the day before?
So Indian weddings are like week-long affairs. And so this wedding is crazy. I think the dad of this family is the 10th most wealthy man in the world.
Well, first off, the Ambanis?
Yeah.
So the Ambanis, he's the richest man in Asia.
Yes.
Yes.
I know this because of this wedding, all of this like wedding drama. But okay, so what do you know about the Ambanis?
Well, I did the sob, like when I worked in music, I getting music from one platform to another when you cross countries, in particular like India to America, not the easiest thing in the world. And so Savan, which had just been acquired by Jio, which is the company that they own.
Oh,
Jio. They own Reliance. Reliance acquired Jio. No, Reliance, acquired
This is a business podcast
Jio,
now.
which owned Savan, or there was some acquisition. Doesn't matter. Point is, the Ambanis are like, how do you even like describe what they are? Like they're
Rich as fuck.
Yeah, but like it's a family business, but they started very much in like oil and now have basically branched out into everything.
Oh.
This dude, like before, remember 3G and like 4G? India didn't really have 3G. So this guy was like, let's just skip past all that, start with 4G.
Slay.
And like basically let's not have to think about legacy anything. It's like this guy like as an individual in his company brought telecom at scale. And I mean they had a little bit to India. Do you know how many people live in India?
So many.
How many?
Lots.
Like what do you think?
Like a shit ton of people.
Totally, but like a little bit closer, like a number.
Like a fuck ton of people.
Above or below 1 billion?
Like more.
Nailed it.
Slay.
But it's huge. And like this guy, he owns a lot of it.
And so with that means their wedding budget. Oh, bitch. This wedding is crazy. So the son's younger sister got married in 2018, had Beyonce at her wedding. Maroon 5 and
Coldplay,
was it
I
Coldplay
think.
was another one?
Yeah.
That was the daughter's wedding. I feel like
Hey, did they confirm whether or not the like the scandal that was going on with like the price fixing and everything with
we don't care about their scandal.
okay. Well,
We
I don't-
care about their
I don't-
wedding.
It might have been fake. Might have not been real. That was like not that long ago. The last year or so.
Nobody is this rich without a scandal.
Yes.
right?
No, I just
they're
didn't-
not good people for sure. Like,
We don't know that. I don't know anything about. I do know that at least from a music perspective, they seemed to be they seemed to put artists in a pretty good light, which is not always the case.
Okay.
If I owned an oil company, I would not care about any independent artist.
fair.
Love independent artists. Yay, independent artists. What I want to talk about though is this wedding. Okay, so there was a 9-page dress code. Bill Gates is going, which is so odd.
This episode is brought to you by Chime, the financial app that's transforming how you handle your money one transaction at a time. Picture a banking experience designed with your needs in mind. No hidden fees, no unnecessary charges, just simple, transparent banking. With features like fee-free overdraft on up to $200 in debit purchases with SpotMe for eligible members, it's like having a guardian angel for your finances.
The new year always brings forth new resolutions, goals, and habits you want to start making. Why not include your financial goals in that list? Chime is a great way to get yourself on track for financial success. Avoiding those dreaded overdraft fees and getting paid up to 2 days early can really set you up to accomplish your goals. And if you are newly starting your financial journey and need help building credit, the Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is perfect for you. No annual fees, interest, or credit check to apply. Plus, you can use it everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted.
With Chime, you also have access to 60,000 plus fee-free ATMs. That's more than the top 3 national banks combined. Easily find one near you with a Chime app. Build your credit this new year. Just open a Chime checking account with $200 qualified direct deposit to get started. Go to chime.com/WT9. That's chime.com/WT9. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal and over-the-counter advance fees may apply. Call 1-844-244-6363 for details. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer, SpotMe, eligibility requirements, and overdraft limits apply.
Okay, so via the knot, the youngest son of the richest man in India is getting married to a billionaire heiress in July. So we've got budget on both sides, baby.
I had a Reliance question. I think he's also in charge of the carbon neutral initiative. This guy. That's a big thing.
Yeah, that's great.
Go ahead.
Again, I
Rihanna.
just want to talk about their wedding and then the Rihanna.
I think it's Rihanna. It's Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
So they had their pre-wedding celebration March 1st. 1,200 guests.
I think that's pretty small for an Indian wedding.
1,200.
I'm kidding, but I do feel like every Indian wedding I've seen is in the hundreds.
Yeah. Bigger than that. I feel like Indian weddings are like 200, 300, depending on how big your family is. Bigger than
200
that.
and 300 are also in the hundreds.
Oh, I thought you meant when you wait. Hang on. Hang on.
Several hundred.
Okay, there we go. When you say in the hundreds, for me, that means 100 to 199.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hot take. I don't agree. I think the thousands could be 5,000, could be 10, could be anything but 10,000.
Yeah, like hundreds is under 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh. See, it works that way for me for thousands, but not hundreds.
No, it's because hundreds is multiple hundreds.
Right.
Not just one. So
Yeah.
It has to be more than
a
100.
wonderful explanation of what I thought we all knew.
Yeah.
No, when you said in the hundreds, I was like, oh, so like 166? And that's on me. Okay? I get that. Okay, so 1,200 guests. Imagine paying for food for 1,200 people, an open bar for 1,200 people. Even just like thinking about the florals.
What do you think's more?
The toilet paper?
Feeding 1,200 people or paying for Rihanna's $6 million fee?
I think probably Rihanna.
Yeah.
Because she probably wants to fly first class and stay in a nice place.
Lauren, when you're getting paid $6 million, the first class ticket is a rounding error.
Oh my God. Okay, so we've got Mark Zuckies. We've got BlackRock co-founder Larry Fink. We've got Bill Gatesicles, Rihanna. Who else was there?
In case you're wondering, Meta and
Imagine, I'm thinking about making a seating chart for 96 people right now and making a seating chart for 1,200 people.
right, but there's a team of people to do that.
Oh my God. Okay, so the week started with community service. They did a food drive.
Who's Bill with?
His new girly pop, Paula.
Can we take a moment? Who's this?
Come on, Paula.
Who's Paula? Who's Paula? I was like, I recognize the guy. Who's
Paula Hurd is...
Oh my God.
She is the widow of the Oracle CEO.
Slay, Paula.
wait. Like Larry?
No, Mark Hurd.
Oh. Okay.
Paula has lived a good life.
But like, what's funny is like, those two guys are for sure
friends.
Well, whether they're friends or not, like
Peers.
Well, he's dead now because she's a widow. So
right, but like he knew her, like but he knew him.
Right.
That's funny.
Right. Maybe he got his permission from the grave, you know?
he died in 2019. It's been a
Oh yeah, let the lady live.
Bro code lasts longer than 5
Let
years.
the lady live. You don't know how close of friends they were. Let Paula live.
For all the people that listen to this podcast, and you're my boy, if I die, you give Lauren 7 years before you even slide a little bit.
I'm shocked you even are allowing 7.
7's fine. After 7 years, it's fine.
Okay.
That's reciprocal too, right?
500 dishes from 100 different chefs.
Okay, at a certain point, we're just trying to hit numbers.
That's so many cuisines.
That's so many cooks in the literal kitchen.
That is, yeah. No, you're right. That is
Like,
quite accurate.
How do they get enough power?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like even like the toilet paper consumption. Like how are you finding bathrooms for 1,200 people?
I mean, at a certain point, well, that's not hard because we throw events with 1,200 people all the time that require toilets. It's the 500 chef's kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
No one has 500 different cooking staffs.
I also think about like when I'm writing down right now everyone's allergies, intolerance, being celiac, gluten-free, dairy-free. Like I'm thinking about for 96 people, like the amount of like little asterisks I've had to put for diets. Again, imagine doing that for 1,200 people. I'd be like, I'm sorry, everyone's getting tendies.
Okay, right.
Tendies for all.
We're talking about the same family that, you know how like your cell phone works?
Yeah.
He did
right,
that.
okay, fine. They can figure that out and how to
Like-
be carbon neutral. Fine, you can figure out how to give people not shellfish if they have an allergy.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Like he probably made an app.
Fine.
I don't mean he probably literally. I'm sure that there was like a form that went out and everyone's teams filled it out and that was it.
Yeah.
They probably used the correct password, unlike us.
Oh, the bride stylist did the most. Oh my God, look at those florals. Are you shitting me? Again, I cannot imagine. I cannot wait to see the actual like wedding day is going to be so opulent. It is crazy. Also, Indian wedding fashion is stunning.
I think Indian fashion in general is stunning.
Stunning. Like the amount of color, like obviously like I love the whole bridal moment of all white, like for, you know, American traditional, but like these dresses and outfits are stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. So I did confirm with Michelle Carre, who also wore the traditional Indian wedding dress, and it's a lehenga. Lehenga.
Are we sure?
Yes, we're positive. I checked with Michelle because she also wore one and looked
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
But people go for like reds and blues and pinks and oranges and yellows, and it's so
For
fun.
anybody else who's also a fan of New Girl, Cece's wedding,
True.
we saw.
It's true.
She looked great.
True. Looked amazing. Oh my God,
Wow.
there's Rihanna. Oh my God, okay, let's go to the TikToks. Let's go to the TikToks. I'm so excited.
It,
The mom also did a performance. It was insane.
Mom did a performance.
Mom did, like to be a guest at this wedding. I wonder if they're allowing social
Hot
media.
ticket for sure.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, do you have Rihanna and you don't want social media?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I bet they are encouraging social media for the whole wedding. Because, like, I wonder if
Use
people are
the
going to be like,
hashtag.
yeah, right. It's like, I'm so curious to see when the actual wedding
let's see.
unfolds. That's just
Is
a
she shoeless?
full out concert.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's barefoot. I love that for her. Look at the lights. Like, look at the lighting.
I mean, it's.
and the smoke. Like, that's a full out concert.
Are they doing it like at a venue?
Oh, I mean, these venues have been insane.
No, so they built the
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
and there's a Instagram clip of the stage arriving in India.
Oh,
Do you guys want to see the mother of the bride entrance?
yes. Oh
Yes.
my God, this is so insane.
Well, we were looking for some inspiration for
Gail.
For Gail. So
The way my mom is nervous to do a speech, and imagine she had to do this, a whole dance performance. Wow.
blow it up a little bit or zoom in. They colored this for sure. Like, look, this is a
This
movie.
is a movie.
This is a movie.
This is a Bollywood movie.
This has been graded.
Oh my God.
Oh, great moves. Oh.
विश्वंभरी अखिल विश्वतणी जनेता विद्याधरी वदन
Look how opulent everything is behind her. Like the whole
Yeah.
set. Oh
Wow.
my
How many dancers do they have?
That's got to be at least 20, right? More than that.
No,
More than that.
Look in the back, like up the stairs. They got like a damn children's choir back there.
Oh my God.
Wow.
There's also no way that there's not a camera on a crane right now,
Oh,
right? Like shooting
yes.
this. Like this is a movie.
Yeah, they got overhead for sure.
Yeah, there's overhead coverage of a crane for
But
sure.
we forget that Bollywood's huge.
Yeah. And
Forget-
they
like,
obviously.
there's just not much penetration here. But Bollywood is by the numbers, fucking massive. It's like
Huge.
It's not like other countries that just genuinely don't have the production presence. They've got it.
Yeah.
It's just not something that like we watch on mainstream America like all the time. So like, it doesn't surprise me that they're able to make a movie out of this.
Also, like, if she's gonna learn that with all the dancers and the set's gonna look the way it does,
Yeah.
film that shit.
Yes.
Film that shit.
Yes.
Because that was stunning.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Wow. I know. I'm just so excited to see what the actual wedding looks
How much
like.
is Reliance like what's their market cap? What would you guess this company's worth?
$1 trillion.
It's not $1 trillion. I know that much.
245.75 billion.
Wow.
That sounds more right.
Oddly enough, the fact that like, well, I guess he owns a big piece of it. Because isn't his net worth almost 200 billion?
Yeah, 117.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, so this event,
Like, what does his Venmo account look like?
I would love
He
to
does
know.
not have a Venmo for sure.
Like, what's his Cash App look like? Like,
There we
his
go.
Zelle? What are the possibilities?
Okay, so the pre-party reportedly cost $120 million.
Okay.
Oh, this one says something different about food. 75 types of dishes for breakfast, more than 225 types of dishes for lunch,
Was there a press release for this?
275. I mean, every network is covering it.
Right. Like, I would
Yeah.
love to know, like, what's that embargo look like?
I actually saw the invite. I think it was, I don't know if it was officially shared afterwards, but it was beautiful. I would say you wouldn't expect anything less.
But not as good as ours, right?
Not as good as ours.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Did they have dogs serving as ring bearers?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We
got it.
don't know
Okay.
yet. Exactly. Wow. The family also lives in a 27-story tower, which was the world's first $1 billion home. It has 3 helipads.
$1 billion home?
First $1 billion home.
You know how difficult it is to spend $1 billion in India?
168 car garage and a snow room where you can cool down among artificial snowflakes. It has 9 elevators. Oh,
I'm thinking that's a
my-
little light for that many
Yeah,
floors.
especially for 27.
But apparently that's what you, like in India, when you have a ton of money, you just build up.
you go up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yes. The square footage to go up. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it does, but like,
Yeah.
it's incredible. So that's what that's
That is it.
Wow.
$1 billion, huh? Like, we would never see Moose and Dicky again.
No, Dicko's a Velcro boy.
Right. Moose would be in every, like, we would have to instruct the staff to make
Everyone
sure the
has-
trash cans are
Someone
closed.
has to have eyes on Moose at all times.
I mean, that is insane.
Oh, magician David Blaine also did a performance. That's kind of random.
No, David Blaine, no, magic requires no like language.
I love that though. Like Rihanna and David Blaine. That is so funny. I love that.
You know, if we had the budget, those two would be on my list too. That's incredible.
Wow.
Honestly, grass could use some work. Just saying.
The city's airport, which typically handles fewer than 10 flights a day, reported a surge in activity.
Oh, sorry. What kind of grass are we looking at there? Babe? You know what it is.
Marathon 3.
Nah, it's St. Augustine. I think you're right, actually. I think it could be Marathon 3.
Could be Marathon 3.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
so,
know
yeah.
that. Yeah. Oh, God, these outfits are amazing.
Look at Zuck.
Yeah, Zuck looks good.
He recovered from his otherwise awkward loss at UFC the other week.
Oh, that's tough. That was the most awkward video I've
Stop.
ever seen in
I
my
can't-
entire life.
I
wish, because we were there.
wish we'd seen it.
I wish we'd seen it. That is
Honestly,
so funny.
Could have happened to anybody.
Could
But
happen to anyone.
Man, it's tough. Man, it's tough to watch. I feel for him. Wow.
Oh, stunning.
Do you think it's like an almost at a certain point, if your family is so successful and so in the public eye, like, do you think it almost becomes more difficult to have like the wedding that you want? Like, if you can,
Yes,
if you
100%.
if you have the funds and the means to have
Yes.
any wedding you'd like,
Yes.
and it's basically a blank, do whatever you want. I think it almost becomes more difficult.
Yeah.
Like constraints almost make it personal.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. Like, I guess it depends on like who your family is and who your family's friends are.
Sure.
You know, because I think about like Sophia Richie's wedding, and like that looked stunning and intimate and like so classy and incredibly expensive, but it wasn't like a blowout extravaganza. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
But-
it seemed
But those aren't billionaires.
was her husband not a billionaire?
No, not billions, I don't think.
Not billions.
Yeah.
But like rich, like could spend what they wanted. Like,
Totally.
This is
But not 120 million.
not 120 million
For the pre-party.
for the pre-party,
Right.
literally the
Like, I'm
pre-party.
saying, when money is so
Available.
plentiful,
Yeah.
that it's not even like you don't have like at no
Like,
point.
why not have a Ferris wheel?
But I think at no point do you make a decision based on it being expensive.
Right.
So like everything is on the table.
That is really crazy to have no limits.
I actually think it's. I wouldn't wish it on either of us ever. Like that is I think for
I think I could figure it out.
no, I couldn't. I
Me
think,
too,
No.
Lauren.
I think I could
Like, I
figure
think
it out.
I younger me would have been like, hell yeah, I'll deal with those problems.
But listen, if I had unlimited money to spend, like I really don't think that our wedding would look much different than what it's going to look like.
Totally. And that's why you might be able to, as we said, navigate having unlimited money. I think for most people, they're just, I don't think we're programmed to not have limits.
I just think I think the thing is that like I don't believe that bigger is always better in terms of like these types of events. You know what I mean? Like
No,
And
right.
so like again, family might be huge, but it seems like there's like a lot of business people there, and it's like the world's 1% is all there. Where it's like that's not something that would be like I wouldn't want the most famous and rich people at my wedding because like that's not important to me.
Well, that's why Zuck didn't make it on our list.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Mark, we're sorry. We were going to have you.
Yeah.
It didn't end up working out.
Exactly.
No, but like, I guess 1,200 people when your dad's got a company that probably does business with most of the Fortune 500 in some capacity.
Right.
That's 500 people right there. So
Right.
even if you did half, even if you did, a tenth of that, like that's a
Also,
lot of fucking
her
people.
family's rich as fuck too. So it's like you got to think about all the people
are
that
they?
they're doing business with. Yeah, she's a billionaire. She's a billionaire family, heiress.
Both of them.
Yes. Wow. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The budget is the limit does not exist.
Right.
The limit does literally not exist.
But it's just, I don't know. It's to me, it would be so stressful to find that balance.
I could figure it out.
I know you could. I know.
Because also too, like you can pay a florist. Like what I've learned so clearly in everything of this, like the wedding planning, is that like you could have you could have two weddings that look identical, but depending on who's executing it, like the prices could be totally different.
Of course.
based on
but that's the same with anything.
yeah, no, totally. But like you could spend $100,000 on florals. You could spend $50,000 on florals, and they could look incredibly similar based on like what the pricing and like the not the uppage, the what's the fucking word I'm looking for?
Margin?
The margin and like the price increase based on like the margins.
Right. Well, I also think there's a level of the wedding industry as a whole
Oh my god.
has so much like baked in, I don't know, luxury tax.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's pretty like depressing when you think about it. But also, I guess to me, there are ways to do things in a more economical fashion that, to your point, do not subtract from the quality.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I guess that's the thing. Finding the vendors who are closest to the way that you think about how things are valued, I feel like is key. Like finding a planner who's amazing and great, but does not like view the things that take time or are, cost a lot. Like they don't value things the same way as you. I feel like there's a huge problem.
Oh my god, yeah, 100%.
Right. Like,
100%.
Even if they're great at what they do.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I feel like our planner is so aligned with us, with me.
Yes.
With me.
And if they're aligned with you, align with
They're
me.
aligned with you.
As of yesterday.
Babe, you're going to have a great day. You're going to have a great weekend.
My suit's going to look great.
It's just going to look great.
My ring's going to be amazing.
Ring's going to be amazing. Shoes are going to be great.
Yeah. Oh.
We practiced our dance for the first time in 2 weeks yesterday. We
Oh.
did pretty well.
Yeah, I need to like actually go. That's something I should probably go get, like my shoes from Tom Ford.
Oh, so you can
Since start practicing?
Yeah.
Can I just walk around for, an hour or two and just break them in?
That's fine. I don't care.
Perfect.
Great.
That'll look super normal.
Settled.
Fuck.
I mean, the way that I've been literally dancing in heels and a fuzzy sweater with socks on.
We've been practicing.
We've been practicing.
Dare I say, it's getting pretty good.
It's getting pretty good.
I could do it right now.
I could totally do it right now.
My only fear is that I know that in my ADHD brain,
Oh no.
you can practice as much as you want.
Yeah.
And you can go all out as much as you want. But until the performance begins, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Have you ever choked on a performance really badly? I have.
Why don't you share your experience?
So I used to do these piano competitions all the time when I was like growing up. I took piano again from ages 4 until 18.
Right.
And so
Asian
there
mom.
was,
I get it.
Asian mom.
You
Runs in-
show me one daughter with an Asian mom that didn't take piano courses.
at some point, or violin. or a wind instrument. I think I had some clarinet friends. Anyway, I did these piano competitions, and if you were going to do a solo to compete, you had to memorize the song.
I have.
Fuck.
I have had a.
Okay. Great. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I can't believe you just brought me here.
And when I tell you, you know what song it was too? It's called The River Flows in You. It's from Twilight. It is a beautiful song. And I still play it to this day because it's one of my favorite. I have like, shockingly, I have the muscle memory of the song. And
Convenient now, huh?
How fun is that now, 15 years later? And so I went up there for the solo and I could not fucking get through it. I started, and you're playing in front of a crowd. You're playing in front of your judges. You're playing in front of a crowd, your family, your friends.
It is a performance.
All your peers. It's a performance. And like, let's not get it twisted. Like, we're in a basement of a fucking like convention hall.
Doesn't matter
or something.
though. It's all.
But yeah, you're still in front of like your peers and all these people. And
I would argue that the basement of a whatever is more stressful than a production that gives you the blanket of
the luxury
lights
of like
and sound.
yeah,
And it's,
yeah.
it's the piano, it's you, and it's the people sitting 6 feet from you.
Literally
That's
6 feet.
Yeah.
And I choked so bad. I could not get past a specific part. I was maybe a third of the way through, and I couldn't
remember it?
I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
I could not remember it. And so like you know, in your like muscle memory and brain, like you have certain parts that you can remember where to start from just in case something happens. Could not do it. I started that part over so many fucking times. I don't even remember what I ended up doing. I think I ended up like just playing maybe half of it and then skipping to the end and then like finishing it off on the last chord. And I was like, that's it.
So you get done. Do you remember, like, do people clap or?
Oh my God. They probably clapped louder for me out of pity than they did whoever won.
Isn't it crazy how at the time the world was ending?
I really didn't feel that deep about it.
Really?
I was like, that fucking sucked. Like, I didn't cry. I wasn't upset.
I've seen you cry when you open an Amazon package before. As long as there's something soft and small inside of it.
Yeah.
And you didn't shed a tear when you...
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have very different triggers.
Yeah. No, like I would never have like a recurring nightmare about that. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't, like no one else remembers that except for me.
Right. No, but like you understand that now, but I think at the time, I feel like I would have assumed you had been like, I don't ever want to touch the piano again. That was sad.
No, I don't think.
Okay, hard ass, I get it. All right. Must not have been that devastating.
But it wasn't that devastating. In the moment, I was like, that fucking sucks.
So my very last piano recital,
oh no.
when my piano teacher, I like it started in kindergarten, first grade.
Okay.
She moved to Kansas or something a few years later. And literally my last piano recital, like I just couldn't remember, to your point.
Yeah.
And
Gone.
It just
Gone.
restart,
Yep.
stop,
Yep.
stop. And I don't remember what I did. I really don't.
There's nothing to do.
Right.
Like, you know what? I feel like you get a few little slips, you know, and still get through it and whatever. It's fine. No one thinks about it. But like to have to restart so many times, and when there's enough space for the audience to be like,
Well, everyone's rooting for you just for your own sake.
they just want you to get through it. They're like,
Right.
please, someone help this
Guys,
poor girl.
dads are checking their watch. Like,
Yeah,
games first
like,
and 30. The same thing kind of happened. So when you audition for music conservatories, a lot of them that are like really difficult to get into, you have to send a tape ahead of time.
Oh wow, the pre-audition.
Yeah, so it's like you don't
Waste their
they're
time.
even though they're collecting,
Yeah.
$50 or $100, they don't have time to see thousands of people
Yeah,
perform.
so take the best of the best.
Cincinnati Conservatory, I remember they do it a pre-tape, whatever.
Sure.
Sent, we'd love to see you. Come on down. It's like, drive down to Cincinnati, Ohio.
How far is that?
7 hours.
Oh my God.
6-7 hours away from Rockford. I remember, my mom's out there. Good luck, honey. Great. And it's like, there's not a lot of people because they've already weeded out
an
the people,
audition.
whatever. And I remember going in, setting up, whatever, and I like literally got up to the marimba and like,
Come on, marimba.
you don't like, there's no, like, I wasn't going to use sheet music. You have the stuff memorized.
Yeah.
It's not like, let me check over here. Nothing.
Gone.
And I mean, like, it wasn't like I started, like, I literally looked at this, and like, there's a level of, how every piano is a little different?
Sure.
With lighting and everything, like, you don't touch the instrument. You're touching your mallet. Like, you're holding your mallets.
Yeah.
And they touch like, it just felt off.
Okay.
And I couldn't put my finger on why it felt off. And I looked at these keys, and I looked at it, and the guy, so kind, he goes, listen, we know you can play. You've got 5 other instruments that you can play something else. Why don't you start with something else?
So what did you start with? What did you go do next?
I did something else.
Yeah.
Came back and crushed it.
Oh
But,
my
like,
God.
There was a moment where I was just like, I don't know. And like, you want to almost call it out, but you also don't want to call it out. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
like, why am I just
So
sitting here
was
staring?
it different, or you just glitched?
Glitched. I mean, every, you know, they're all,
Man.
the problem is there's not like a standard size of percussion instruments. Like obviously, you
There's
know,
not.
For like marimba, like a low C on one could be a little bit thicker or thinner than
Oh, right.
another
So
one.
then your muscle memory of where the mallet goes is totally different.
And obviously, like I'm used to like, I owned a marimba. So like I'm used to the one that I had.
No, you still own a marimba.
I do own a marimba. I should sell that.
It's in Rockford.
Yeah.
If anyone in Rockford is interested in a marimba, please reach out. Jeremy's mother would be thrilled to get that out of their
I
basement.
got a Deegan. Yeah, sitting down there. Anyway, point is, I literally, and of course, my world was ending in the moment.
Yeah.
Like that was about as treacherous as I can imagine. I wonder how I would do with those types of auditions now, because I'm on a beta blocker now for my blood pressure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder if it would help.
Right. I would poop about 12 times before.
Shota, did you ask?
Nope.
Okay.
IBS girly.
It's been great talking with you guys today.
It's been so great.
I am thrilled for our wedding walkthrough. I'm thrilled that I have an outfit to wear.
Yeah, me too.
Did you send me a calendar invite for the day of? Do I know what time it is?
You probably actually don't know what time it's at.
Sunset-ish.
No.
Before sunset.
Oh my God.
That's all the time we have for today. Lafia, it was good to see you.
Oh my God.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.